Hey, what's going on, guys? Lord Zoot here, back with another video, and this is going to be another channel update for you guys. I know it's been a while since my last one, but these updates usually only happen when I have something to share, so let's talk about it. I really would have hoped it'd never get to this point, but I think I've tried everything I could up until now, so unless something changes after I make this video, unfortunately, I won't be able to continue creating content for Warframe on my channel. Now, I know a lot of you watching this probably weren't aware I streamed Warframe, but this was something very important to me, so I wanted to make sure I update you guys to let you guys know what's been going on. For those of you who are not aware, I started streaming Warframe every Monday, and it was probably one of my most consistent streams. I streamed on other days too, but that Monday stream started becoming something I really look forward to. Not only were the streams a change of pace from my usual commentary on my channel, but I also wanted to use it as an opportunity for me to display more of myself. It was my peacetime. Warframe became something I wanted to put my focus on because I felt like with my experience, I could help others learn how to get into the game. I was a legendary rank 2, which basically means I've finished everything in the game, and it sucks that I have to make a video like this before I was really able to get things going. I did manage to do one cool thing in that short time span, which was my macro, the auto-riven reroller. If you guys haven't checked it out, I'll leave a link in the description, but it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. In the video, I go over how to set it up, and I really learned a lot from the process, which was fun. The biggest thing as a new creator, and something I'm always paying attention to, is my voice. Like, what message do I want to send using my platform? As I explained, I wanted to use my channel to help people like myself, so when I create the macro, I thought it was pretty cool because I'd never seen it before. I figured it was for a pretty niche group of players who are at the later stages of the game, so for your average player, you probably won't be able to get much use out of it. Nevertheless, for anyone like me who's looking for a really good Riven, it definitely makes the entire process a lot smoother. There were some issues brought to my attention as far as DE's anti-cheat system, which I did contact DE about, and they basically reiterated that they don't support third-party programs, but as long as it doesn't cheat the game, you should be fine. Which brings me to my current issue with the game. So to give a quick summary, about 3 months ago, around the end of last year, as a new streamer, I'm always looking at trends in different ways to get more exposure to help grow my channel. I really don't have a preferred platform to stream on right now, so I'm willing to try and build my brand anywhere. In an attempt to do that, I started to look into different multi-streaming services to help try and boost my visibility. I installed a free plugin for OBS called ATM Multi-Streamer, and I was very impressed with how simple it was to set up. All you do is download it, log in, and then you're ready to go. I thought this could also help me keep my Twitch VODs saved on YouTube without affecting my timeline of videos. And like I said, everything was very easy to set up. So after my first 2 streams, there were no problems. That's until I tried to log in after 2 days, and I realized that my account had been banned until January 1st, 2035. Now I knew this was likely a mistake, but it didn't change that uneasy feeling that I had about the potential of being banned for almost a decade. This first ban took me by a complete surprise, especially because there was a break since the last time I had played. I really had to think about what happened in order to remember, and based on what I knew, I still had absolutely no idea what I did to get banned like that. But it wasn't a big deal to me yet, so I put in the ticket and you guys will see it. This was my first ticket, and from the title it's very clear, I am very confused. Even though I was banned, I was still pretty confident I had done nothing wrong. The ticket was eventually solved with ease, and I thought nothing more of it until my next stream. It was my first time playing since the ban, which would have been within 1 week of my first ban. And everything was fine. I wound up streaming Warframe for 7 hours until I got banned again. Same reason, suspicious activity, abnormal results. Now this is where I started to feel more panic. I go back and look on the ticket and notice that there was a warning to watch out for things like recording plugins. The reason I didn't look at this initially is because I had other problems with my game crashing around the same time. Also, before I was banned the first time, I streamed twice with the plugin fine and was able to play the next day off stream with no problems. It wasn't until I tried to log in for that third stream that I realized that I was banned. So with me being banned the first time with the plugin off and on, I didn't think too much into it because there was no way I would have thought my multi-streaming plugin would have been the issue here. And with the vagueness of suspicious activity and abnormal results, I really am thinking the issue could have been anything. I knew that after making my macro and reading the third-party policy that I wasn't using any cheats or exploits, so there shouldn't have been any problems. But that was until I tried to get DE to tell me what I need to do to fix the issue. And I really don't blame DE's support for this either. I think the way that they've handled everything is how they're supposed to, but I can't deny this was probably the most disappointing part of this whole ordeal for me. I felt like I did everything in my power to try and find a solution, and in my second ticket, knowing that I know absolutely nothing about what's going on, I looked to try and get a clear answer from DE, which they actually straight up deny me. This really wouldn't be much of an issue for me if I wasn't told that they would permanently suspend me now if I get banned again. Again, I think all of this is perfectly normal. I did get banned twice within a very short time span for the same issue, so I could respect a decision like that if I hadn't been so vocal about my lack of understanding. So I wind up being unbanned. Like right now, I could technically log in and play the game, but for me, even if I was 1000% sure it was just a multi-streaming plugin, without the reassurance from the people who made the game, how could I potentially risk losing all my account's progress based on an assumption? I think this whole situation would have been much easier if I was able to get a clearer response from DE, which I tried to get more insight from in multiple different tickets, which is why I finally decided that I had to make this video. I have a lot of problems with the way my situation was handled, but I don't really blame DE for it. This was right around the holidays, which is probably why I felt more antsy, but for the most part, everything that DE did is pretty typical. I think it's understandable to give a 3-strike policy. I think it's fine to protect the integrity of the system, but I think given everything I did and tried to share with DE about my situation, I should have been able to get a clearer response from them. I tried to do my best in explaining everything happening, and really all I got back was to the tone of, "Oh, that's nice to hear. And by the way, if you do that again, you will be banned forever." And it's terrible because even right now, I really do miss playing the game, and there's not really much I can do about it. Maybe this is just my own pride getting in the way of me being able to just accept things as they are, but in the end, you tell me who would be the bitter fool here. The player who loses everything because they tried playing again without knowing which has got them banned, or the person who's being overly cautious and decided not to leave it to chance. I think one of my main problems I have here is that there are no other options available to me if I want to play with a clear conscience again. I've exhausted all that I can to try and get an answer from their side, and unfortunately, I don't feel comfortable playing right now until I have more confidence on what the cause or reasoning behind my ban was. I'm sorry if I've dragged out this video, but again, I really just want to be able to play again, so if anyone watching this knows how to fix my problem or has had any problems like mine, please leave a comment or send a message because this is pretty much it for me. If DE support can't help and I no longer have the ability to check for myself, then I'm effectively permanently banned till I find a solution. I really wish I didn't have to quit playing, but I just can't risk losing a decade worth of progress on my account based on loose definitions and terms that I'm unfamiliar with. As far as my channel goes, I don't really know. I mean, Warframe will definitely be very hard to replace. I stream other games besides Warframe, but for me, Warframe was that anchor that I felt like I could always rely on. I really wanted to try and do big things with the game and achieve something, but as the French say, c'est la vie. It's life. It's time for me to move on now. Hopefully this video will help me resolve this situation so that I can return. But until then, you guys can expect me to stream League or other games daily. I'm currently on a mission to try and play a full stream without being grieved, and we're almost 40 parts into that series, so that's a lot of fun. You guys can also expect to see more game reviews. Also check out my streams here on YouTube or Twitch. I stream pretty much every day. Right now I am chasing that ungriefed stream, but I do stream other games every once in a while. So check out my links if you want to stay updated with the channel. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for me here. I do want to know what you guys think about this whole thing. Am I tripping or is D dropping the ball here? Let me know. Until next time, peace.